And with me this morning to continue this discussion, which we have already had with the first set of pupils who came in here, are gentlemen, and I tag them gentlemen because, of course, they are gradually growing to become these men that they have to become. And first to talk to me this morning is Emilion Courage Ekong of SS1. Good morning, Emilion.
Good morning, sir.
I'm glad to have you.
Thank
How do you feel being here?
I feel excited and proud to be here.
All right.
I want to celebrate Children's Day here on Global Television.
Okay. So it is about celebrating the Children's Day on TV, and we are glad to have you. Okay, to join us also on this program is Enokela Samuel, SS1 Steel. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Glad to have you.
Thank you, sir.
How do you feel being here? Let me hear your own thought.
This is very nice.
It feels very nice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. A lot of persons are actually watching you from outside at the moment. Maybe your parents, your classmates, students in the school you actually are. And they'll be thinking about what it means to celebrate the Children's Day. So, to you, how do you feel about the Children's Day?
This is a very nice day where children across Nigeria come together to celebrate themselves. We see mothers celebrate themselves on a particular day of the year.
Oh yeah, Mother's Day is almost every Sunday.
Yes, and we see Father's Day on the third Sunday of June.
Right.
So what about us children? So children across the nation come together on this very day to celebrate themselves.
Right.
To celebrate their works, to take a break, relax and kick back from all they have been doing all through the
But you're not taking a break, you're here. How do you feel being here? Not taking a break.
For me.
It's a break for you?
Yes.
Okay, outside the classroom.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm very excited to be here. Yes.
Very excited to be
Yes,
here.
very delighted.
Okay, Emilio, how do you feel? 27th of May, my time, we're always very excited. The day before, my parents will iron my dress, my uniform, get me ready for the stadium. And we used to do a whole lot of activities, much past. But for you, it is 2026, maybe many years ago, I was in your time. Yeah. But how do you feel? 27th of May?
This 27th of May, Children's Day, is a very wonderful and beautiful day, celebrating children all over the world. It's a very wonderful event, actually, knowing that we children, we are really going through a lot. Some children are going through a lot.
Okay.
But also, children are very beautiful. They have great voices that come
Right.
all over the
Right.
world. And I love celebrating Children's Day, celebrating wonderful kids who have great potentials in future.
Okay, so for you, what does the Children's Day really hold? Something, just in a phrase, what does this day really tell for you? Apart from the celebration, what exactly is this day for you? What does it hold? Or maybe it has not yet, come to that point, but what should it hold for you?
Actually, it holds a great importance for me. Celebrating children, or just to think and commemorate children around the world. Thinking about children is like, when you think about children, you're thinking about the future. Things that are going to happen, like the future presidents, lawyers, pilots, people who could shape everyday lives. That's why I hold Children's Day.
Okay, let me get your thought on something very different from what I just asked him. And that concern will be as it has to do with the children and what they want to become in future. As a child, growing up, I was told that I'm going to be the future leader. Till today, I've not been able to probably lead in a position where one would say, oh yeah, he is actually a future leader, maybe like governor, president, House of Assembly member, and all of that. So, what is your thought about what you want to become in future? And how do you think that could play out to make you a future leader?
Well, what I want to become in the future is a computer engineer. Now, how it will play out of me becoming a future leader is me standing out in what I do. Is me adding effort, loving what I do. Many people today, they don't actually like the work that they do. So most of the times they get depressed. But many people who are leading love the work they do. Sometimes they don't even care about the time it takes, the timeline it takes for each work to be done. So I say to myself that no matter the job or occupation I might carry in the future, I will still become a future leader. Nothing can stop me.
Okay, so I'm not cutting you, but there's something you've said that draws my attention, and that is you wanting to become what you want to become, not because you've been told to become that. And so that comes to you now, Emilion. What do you think about parents choosing for their children, their interests, their talents, what they should become in the future, their career?
Okay. I don't think it's wrong for parents to think about their children's future, but there are some times that parents need to let children decide on their own accord what they want to be in future. Because most parents, they don't even know their child's strengths and weaknesses. Like now, some students could be good in drawing, art, but because their parents want them to gain easy money or become easily successful, they just force them to do things they don't want. There are some children who can't hold things in their brain easily, but their parents are forcing them to do what they can't do, and that is extremely wrong.
Okay, so let me now go to Enokela, as it has to do with, he has talked about parents, not choosing for their children, but guiding them. Okay. What about schools? A lot of schools now determine for a child. A child is very bright. This child knows mathematics a lot. He passes, he has A all the time in mathematics. And because of that, because of mathematics, okay, so this child can actually do well as a medical doctor, and they push that child to go to do the sciences. What do you think about schools helping to choose for students what they should become?
It's wrong. Schools aren't always meant to choose for students their careers, because students are meant to decide it on their own. It's not like their schools choose their own careers. Now, for instance, let's look at the story of Ben Carson.
Right.
He was like the dumbest student in his class.
Right.
Until after a while he started to improve and became one of the best neurosurgeons of his time.
Right. So, still staying with school, but this time around, Emilion, what do you think schools should rather do? Okay, what would you say should be the best way for schools to support students to become?
Okay, for a deciding class for whether a student to go to art or science, a school should just be a medium of guidance to study the child's strengths and weaknesses, to know if the child is good at a specific subject or not. If the child is good at it, they should just continue helping him improve on that certain skill until he masters it and becomes perfect at what he does. So I think school should just be a medium of guidance and counseling.
So we have graduated now. So I'm just trying to put it to you that we have moved from, we left home, we talked about parents, and then we moved from there to talking about the schools where these children go to. So now let's go to the larger society, okay, the country. What should Nigeria do? Both of you answer it. What should Nigeria do better or differently to help you succeed in your academic career?
Well, I think they should bring, like, how would I put it, more substance into trade, so that children will have more things to think about, more courses to choose from. Because right now, there are so many careers around the world, but to become what you want to be, the resources are few in most schools in the country. So now resources should be made available for one to become what he wants to be in the future, like subjects in computers, subjects in food and nutrition, and anything within that trade level.
So what should Nigeria do for you to make you feel better studying and becoming what you want to become in future?
Well, just like I said about the resources, that there are few resources. I think the government should provide more resources, and even the security around is not safe. There are some public schools filled with different cultists, and even armed robbers are coming to take over schools, and that is a terrible sign, which can lead to distractions and trauma to some children. Some children will get confused, and due to the fear, some of them won't even feel like coming to school anymore. And because of that fear, that can reduce academic performance to a very low state. So I believe there should be more security and more resources available for those children.
Okay.
Also, the learning should be more interactive. Not like a teacher will just come, teach and go. No, a teacher should come, explain and break it down gradually so that every student can understand it properly. That's what I think they should do.
You want to add something?
Yes, I want to also add that the learning conditions of school should not be theoretical, it should be practical.
Right.
Everything should be practiced.
Okay.
Not just in subjects like physics or chemistry. I'm talking about the general subjects.
Right.
We don't leave any aspect out without practice, because many children don't get to understand some things without practicals. So that's what I wanted to add.
You are very fortunate to become to have been born into Nigeria, and I don't know if for any reason there is something that you're proud about in this country. So I'd leave that for both of you to discuss with me, just briefly. What are you proud about when we talk about Nigeria? I'm a Nigerian. What makes you so proud about Nigeria?
Well, what makes me so proud about Nigeria is our super eagles. What makes me proud about Nigeria is our natural and mineral resources. What makes me proud about Nigeria is the different tribes and ethnic groups, how we can stay together in such a small country. What makes me proud about Nigeria is that we are one of the largest crude oil producers. What makes me proud about Nigeria also is that we are the future. You see, many great people have come out of this country. We see a personality like Philip Emeagwali. He created one of the fastest supercomputers in the world. So if there is hope for somebody like him in Nigeria, there is hope for over 250 million of us in this country. That is it. I love Nigeria. I'm proud of it because it is a country of hope. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, you can still do something and become great in this country.
Okay.
The thing that makes me proud of Nigeria is that Nigeria is a beautiful country of diversity, just about the different tribes and cultures. Also, we have very great minds and intelligent students, not just in university, even in the school and primary level. Also, I'm proud of everything we do. Our sports, even our food, they are very amazing.
Oh, okay.
Also, did you know that Nigeria has one of the largest populations in the entire Africa?
Right.
And one of the most famous and they are also one of the most beautiful in the entire West Africa.
Right.
Possibly even the entire Africa, possibly. Also, we have one of the most beautiful mineral resources: coal, gold, petroleum, name it all. Yeah. Even agriculture, fertile soil. That's what I love about Nigeria. Our diversity and beauty in every way.
Okay, and that drives me, just before we go this morning, to something I want both of you to also have a thought about. If you had the opportunity to be seated to improve something in Nigeria, if you were asked, what do you love to improve in Nigeria, what would that be?
Well, what I would like to improve is the causing rise is to improve inflation.
Okay.
The rise of goods over time due to the overcirculation of cash is becoming too much. You see something that was 10 naira in 2015 is now to like 100 naira. So I would like to fix that if I was given an opportunity to improve Nigeria, because this is really affecting Nigeria in many ways. It's affecting students, it's affecting pupils in class. You can rarely get materials. The availability of materials has reduced since over 10 years ago, and the price has increased drastically.
Right. What would you love to improve about Nigeria if you had the opportunity?
If I had the opportunity, I would have loved to improve the security in Nigeria.
Security?
Yeah, the security is very wrong. Different states like Zamfara, Kano, and Katsina, they are very safe, filled with different criminals, Boko Haram, all of them. So I would like to beef up the security in Nigeria because it can affect students, marketers, everyone in the entire Nigerian community, even possibly outside as well.
Right.
So security can be a very good form of protection and can also improve Nigeria drastically, because if there's safety everywhere, if there's safety in Nigeria, there's safety about the future as well. If there's safety about the past and present, there's safety for the future.
Okay. Let me allow you to have this one thought just before you leave, and in your final thought, just before we step out of the studio this morning, you would love to tell us, if you were opportuned to become the president of Nigeria for just one day, what would you do differently? So let me start with you, Enokola. If you were opportuned to become the president of Nigeria for just one day, what will you do differently? And then your parting shot, just in 1 minute.
Well, we all know how the leadership of today is. Instead of just talking and talking, I would rather put my words into action. I'm tired of all these promises from the late President Muhammadu Buhari regime to our now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All these promises are getting too much.
Okay.
We want to see proofs that these promises are a reality. So if I will just give him a day, I will see what I could do to make whatever I have promised with my mouth a reality for this country.
In a split seconds.
Yes.
All right. A medium, rather. What would you do differently?
So if I were privileged to be the president for just one day, I'd have just changed the roads and the learning environment, because the learning environment can be a great contribution for Nigerian society. The more educational centers, the more production of great individuals for the future. And also, there are also problems with roads, which can lead to problem of transportation of goods and services, which can hinder marketing problem, which can hinder marketing, and it can cause great problems around.
All right, thank you very much. That has been a discussion session with our rising stars in Okela. Thank you very much for coming. And also Emedium, thank you very much for coming. It has been a good time on Rise Up Africa today, and we hope that you take out a little bit, if not all, of what these children have shared for a better Nigeria. Once again, Uime and Nete, do have a wonderful day and enjoy. Happy Children's Day to all.